Hello, this is Alan calling from the summit of Mount Everest. It's sunrise here. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's about 5 a.m. We had a very, very fast trip up.
Few people have dared to climb the highest mountain peak in the world. Alan Arnett is one of those people. Recently, Alan shared his experience with Happer Horsham High School students and their mountaineering teacher, Jim Shields.
The class that I teach is called Intro to Mountaineering and Wilderness Survival. And the purpose of Alan coming in to speak with our class remotely was because he's climbed all of the 7 summits all over the world. Actually, there's sort of like 8 of the 7 summits, which are the tallest mountains on each continent. He was able to travel the world, see the highest peaks, learn a ton of climbing skills, and make a difference in the world.
Alan has made a difference in the world by seeing it and telling us about it. Happer Horsham High School students were able to see Alan via Skype and learn about the technical, mental, and physical skills needed to survive these summit climbs.
Mountain climbing is really not about too much about being all bulked up and being this massive bodybuilder. It's about having balance in your body. It's really about having aerobic capacity with your heart and with your lungs. So what I did was I climbed 30 of our 14,000-foot mountains here in Colorado with a 40-pound backpack every week for the previous year. So 2010, every week I was out climbing a mountain with a backpack.
My goal was for them to have a chance to talk to someone who's actually climbed Mount Everest. Actually Alan's climbed Mount Everest 4 times, and just last May he was able to summit. So for these students to have a chance to talk to someone live in person and ask questions, this may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them.
And I wanted to know what the craziest thing that happened while you were on a mountain was.
I told you being up on the low sea face with the wind blowing so hard, it was just incredible as our tent began to collapse in on itself and holding, using our hands to hold the tent up. That was actually pretty frightening, but it was good I had Connie with me because, he'd been through it a few times and I remember one time it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, the wind was blowing so hard and I'm going, this is crazy, and the tent starting to collapse. And I said, Connie, should we go out and shovel the snow off the tent wall? He just said, no. And rolled back over to the sleeping bag, and so I was like, okay, well, if he's not worried, I guess I shouldn't be worried.
Alan survived that storm and later that evening started his quest to reach the summit of Mount Everest. His YouTube video is an emotional one after reaching the top of the world.
We had a very, very fast trip up. Connie was incredible. I feel great. I want to dedicate this summit to my mom and to all the other all-timers. We all love you. We miss you. Climb on. This is Alan.
Alan has raised more than $1 million for Alzheimer's research. You see, his mother died of this disease, and Alan dedicates his climbs for this cause.
That's my mom, Ida Arnett. She struggled with Alzheimer's for 8 years and finally took her life about 3 weeks ago. We celebrated her life, but we also celebrated the fact that there's hope, and there's going to be a world without Alzheimer's one day. But it's going to take a lot of more research than we're doing right now, and it's going to take a lot of money.
Alan was successful in reaching his $1 million goal for Alzheimer's research. His commitment to this cause was a great example to students about reaching your goals.
But once you find your passion, whatever it is, whether it's mountaineering or writing or whatever it may be in life, harness your passion and really go after it. And that's exactly what this guy did. And he was able to travel the world, see the highest peaks, learn a ton of climbing skills, and make a difference in the world. He raised over $1 million for Alzheimer's research, and that's something that I want my kids to be able to do, my students to be able to do, to go out and follow their passions, follow their dreams, and accomplish their goals.